There's nothing wrong with anger. There's nothing wrong with, because it's actually a survival response. You need it. That's why it's fleeting. It doesn't last long. Next thing, the person you are mad at, you're no longer mad at. You're like, hey, I'm not as mad at them anymore. That's why I say to you, I'm disappointed in here because there's no game. I literally said that in my diary session. I said, I'm gonna.
Of course, a game doesn't have to be malicious, right? A game has to be very healthy. A competition has to be very healthy. Anywho, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to smash the like button, please. If you're just joining, if you're a newbie, thank you so much for stopping by. You're highly welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, Thandeka and Q, we are really bonding so well this afternoon. One thing I know for sure is that Q can never join any clique against Thandeka and Melly, because it seems like he knows that these other people too don't even like me. If they get a chance, they are still going to nominate me. So they were having a conversation, guys, very lengthy one at that. Camera would leave them, still come back to them because the conversation was going down deep. Remember, I brought you guys an update where Thandeka was looking for, okay, she saw her hairbrush, and it was broken, and that made her feel so bad. So later, Q was also making breakfast. So after both of them just united, and we are talking. So Thandeka started by talking about what happened yesterday. I said, yeah, almost everybody is at fault. The housemates are at fault. I don't want to pin it on just two people or pin it on you're the ones who have done worse, because like I said, when Biggie mentioned yesterday that the parents visit has been revoked, you guys saw the immediate outburst of emotion. Some people start crying, la 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 la. I was so shocked. This was exactly what Thandeka said here, that imagine people who were crying, who were acting like, oh, it's paining us, just few hours, maybe few minutes after, they were all laughing. I said that somebody will go and be like, oh, I would have loved to see my mom. I remember I said it in my first update today that the housemates really amazed me, because the way everybody just started, sudden change of mood, as if Biggie had already told them this is going to be happening this so time. Your parents are going to come, as if they are already prepared mentally to receive their family members, and all of a sudden you are disappointing them. No, that was not the case. It was still the same thing Thandeka was telling Q. That's, can you imagine? You guys were acting like, oh, oh my God, my world has come crashing, and just few minutes later, everybody's just happy. Okay, so she was trying to say that she doesn't have issues with anger, because anger is actually a way you express, you know, it's actually a response to probably what was done to you. But allowing it linger and making you do some vile things is what makes it get out of context. Because why would somebody be angry and you just allow it linger? That sometimes it's just the way you pour out your frustration. Okay, you respond to something, an immediate thing, because at the end of it all, at the end of the day, few minutes, few hours after you were mad at someone, you just see yourself talking to the person again, and you're like, I'm not mad at you anymore. So it's like it's a normal thing, but allowing it to get out of hand is where it's bad. And these people literally allow their anger to get out of hand, that it lingers. I told you that Q and Bravo had their issue. Remember, Q and Bravo had a conversation where Bravo had to open up to Q and told Q he has a son and la la la. Then they still had issue again. I think two nights ago. This morning I was surprised to see Q making breakfast, and Bravo was like, oh, he said, yeah, dog. That's gents for you. It doesn't linger. But as for the ladies, guys, so Thandeka felt like this thing is no longer a game. That she said it in the diary room. It's no longer a game. Okay, because people are being so malicious, that the kind of things they are doing in the house is just so vile that sometimes you wonder, that you see people come talk to you, laugh with you, you feel like that's who they are. No, really, that's not who they are. They are just like So she made reference to the Italian mafians, how they are, and that she is able to also spot all of the bullshit from afar. Okay, so when you're coming with such intent, she knows. And when you're coming with like your genuine, she also knows. And that's why she finds it very hard to fit in. Okay, that's why she fight, because people are expected to get angry and let's move on. But then they go as far as doing very crazy stuff, weird stuff. And Q was trying to let her know that, Q is a man who stands on his own, and he doesn't want to be involved with any groupie, any clique, because he's told himself he's all here. He can be in their clique because they will still end up nominating him. So there is no point being in a clique when I know that you people don't even have genuine and pure intentions towards me. How can you laugh with me and you still nominate me to be evicted? That conversation really stank. And while they were having this conversation, Melly was in the house sleeping. So she brought about the Bravo thing, Bravo with Trixie, and Q started talking about Trixie, how Trixie forces herself on men and all of that, and that's how she's not really attractive like that. Okay, she's the one that, forces herself her way, just like she's doing with Bravo. Because if we can tell ourselves the truth, Bravo never wanted Trixie like that. But Trixie was so persistent, like she was so all over him, to the point now where they are so locked in. And I don't want to say that 100% Bravo is there, in as much as it seems as though that's what it is, but it's not that. So Thandeka was like telling you that she knows that she never said Tracy is not attractive. She was like, she knows that Tracy cannot be Q's type. It was not like the conversation was all about Trixie or Bravo. No, but she was just venting out to Q, who is her friend, about everything happening, what the punishment they were giving yesterday. I've already talked about that punishment, that I feel like it's more corrective than destructive, because it will make them to be cautious. And since it had to do with sponsored tax and Melly's own production too. But generally, Thandeka is feeling like there is this dark thing in the house. She said it like there is this, I don't know, that the energy in the house is so dark. While these other people are also saying Thandeka is a dark energy, she also feels like they are the dark. Because yesterday night or even this morning, where they were calling her EVIL spirit and all of that. That was Liema Wanda. And that was why I was so happy when I saw King Wanda and the gents having a different conversation altogether, and not just talking about anybody in the house. I'm like, it's not all the time we discuss people. Sometimes talk about things that can profit you, profit others, like that. Okay. Just like me, I'm going to be introducing you guys to my new channel, and we're going to be talking about a lot of things there that's going to profit us in the long run. Okay. Now, guys, so she said is like the energy is like it's a dark thing, happening in the house. And yeah, why people are so vile, so malicious towards the game, that it's no longer a game. The game is no longer gaming, because if it were to be a game, you guys are not going to be this malicious. You guys were not going to have this evil intentions towards the other person. You guys are not going to be doing all of this conspiracy thing, because it's no longer a game. Yes, tell me why it's a game, why you would call it a game, when 5 people will come and say we are nominating Thandeka and Emily, want them to leave the house. Like, guys, make it make sense. Them leaving the house, are they your game? Them leaving the house, they are not your game at all. You are in the house to showcase yourself. You are in the house to at least use your strategy well, be a gamer, so that at the end of the day you get to the finale. At least if your fans are voting for you, they know that, yeah, this person literally made us proud. You cannot just make your stay in the house about Thandeka and Melly. If Thandeka and Melly are evicted, then all of you will get to the top 5, right? Then you guys are going to push for one person to win. Maybe they will decide that their fans should vote for Udidi or Don or Wanda or Liema. Yeah. Yo, then as for their parents, guys, to me, I feel like Biggie is just pranking them. Maybe he will still do it, because I know that every season, they have a new way of doing it. Is it that their parents talk to them on the screen, like pre-recorded, or maybe they send messages, or somebody was saying something that is because of Ashe's Tamika. Tamika refused to send a message to Ashe. That is why I said I'm going to be talking about Ashe and Liema's friendship, because the drama last night, that little drama, subtle drama of eating snack, a bit cheap, snacks. leaving the room, coming down to eat your snacks, sleeping on the couch. Like, guys, it's crazy. But then everything Thandeka was saying to Q is just the facts. Yeah, literally, because nobody is to be left out. Each and every of the housemates is a defaulter. At some point or another, they default, they break biggest rules, they say weird things, they make comments, sarcastic comments, remarks, and all of that. So trying to like pin it on two people isn't right. But me, I saw it from a positive angle, and that was why I told you guys it's more corrective than destructive. It's the person who loves you that will correct you. Whoever doesn't correct you does not like you at all. Mm-mm. And remember what Utandega said last wager, that her grandfather said, if you're loved by everybody, that means you're doing something wrong, because some people would hate you, some people would also like you. So I feel if somebody is always trying to correct you, the person wants you to do better so that you become more conscious of how to behave in the near future or in the future. Okay, so that conversation really was lengthy and I enjoyed every bit of it. But coming back to the TL to see the way people were reacting, yo, it was crazy. Q was being called out, Q was dragged. Yo, Trixie's fans, some other fan bases who felt like, why should Q be interested in Thandeka and all of that? People coming for Thandeka saying Melly is sleeping and she's with Q. Probably she's so invested in Bravo B and all of that. I think she doesn't like Trixie for Bravo. That is it. And she sees Bravo as the brother. So she feels like Trixie is not good for my brother. Trixie is not good. Of course, we know how Trixie is, guys. Trixie is not good for Bravo. Because even we might think Trixie is very loyal, but with time, she's going to, if they step out of the house, she's going to show her true self. Because sometimes she'll be telling Bravo, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's because it's in the house. By the time she feels like, oh, Bravo is like 100% invested in me, then her true character is going to come out. So that is just it. Maybe she doesn't like Trixie for Bravo, and she feels like because of Trixie, maybe she's really getting enough time with Bravo or what. They don't even have time to stay together. She's mostly with Melly, right? The backlash on Q was a lot. The backlash on Utandega was a lot because of Trixie. Some went ahead to say she said Trixie is not attractive, which she did not say. It was Q who said Trixie is not really that attractive. It's not his type. She's just the one forcing herself on men. And she was like, agreed with what he was saying, that, yeah, I know Trixie can never be your type. You're looking at Q, you should know his type is not really. I think for Q, his type is Udidi, but had he do it, Didi is the calmer Didi. I think Q would have loved that. You know, Didi has a lot of drama surrounding her. I think that's just it, but she's still quite young and growing. And I love the way they reconciled and the friendship is still brewing. Okay, so all of the drags on Utandega, guys, people should be calming down. I went to the TL. I'm like, yo, this some less conversation this afternoon. Everybody's just chilling. Some are sleeping. I feel like, okay, let's talk. Let's gist. Let's talk about the house. Let's talk about what's going on and all of that. And it was not like it was malicious. Nobody's name was. They weren't really concentrating on anyone, but generally talking about the whole thing. It was Q who incited Trixie, reason best known to him, because I know he's cool with Bravo, right? It is what it is, guys. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to smash the like button and let me know what you guys feel in all of this. I'll see you guys in the next time. Bye.